and welcome to the Viterbo Student Leadership Awards ceremony. My name is Kylie Silva, and I am the Viterbo Student Government Vice President. On behalf of SGA, thank you to everyone here and to everyone at home. Everyone at home, haven't had to say that many times before. Who'd have thought a year ago Zoom would be this important to us? It's crazy. The student leaders nominated here tonight have had to go above and beyond to have their events this year. This year, students at Viterbo have looked for joy, comfort, and support on campus, maybe more than ever, and the student clubs and organizations have really come through. They really have gone above and beyond for the student body. On behalf of SGA, thank you so much for everything that you do. We see you, we support you, and we really do see everything that you do to make Viterbo a better place, to make it a more pleasant place, a more inclusive place, and a more hate-free place. SGA meetings are open to all students. They happen every other Sunday. We would really love to have you. We would really love to have you. Again, thank you so much to the student leaders nominated tonight. You represent what Viterbo is really about. Now, for the rest of your evening, here are your MCs, Zoe and Faith. Have a great night. Thank you so much.
Hello, and welcome again to the Student Leadership Awards. I'm Faith Bartelt, a senior music theater major with a minor in arts admin.
And I'm Zoe DeBoer, a senior religious studies major.
And we are so excited to be your MCs for tonight. Tonight we are gathered to recognize leadership and service that has been displayed by students, staff, and organizations throughout campus for a variety of different groups, causes, and passions.
So the nominees for tonight were chosen for awards based on their demonstration of continuous, exemplary leadership and character, how their contributions have resulted in positive and significant impacts on the Viterbo campus and the La Crosse community, their commitment to campus life, community service, or charitable organizations, and the strength of their nomination. We would like to stress that all the nominees present tonight and many students and members of the Viterbo community have done great work this year, and we want to congratulate and thank them for their contributions.
As the awards continue, if you'd like to learn more about our nominees, you can find their biography slides on the Student Leadership Awards page on Viterbo's website. Otherwise, we hope that you enjoy the recognition and celebration of these amazing students from wherever you may be this evening.
So, to continue our night, we are pleased to welcome Father Conrad to the stage for our opening blessing.
It's really me, you can tell by the beard. Tonight I'm going to use some of the reflections from Dr. Martin Luther King, who talked about leadership and service. And here it is. Jesus gave us a new form of greatness. If you want to be important, wonderful. If you want to be recognized, wonderful. If you want to be great, wonderful. But recognize that he or she who is greatest among you will be your servant. That's your new definition of greatness. And this evening, the thing that I like about it, by giving that definition of greatness, it means that everybody can be great because everybody can serve. You don't have to make your subject and predicate agree to serve. You don't have to know Einstein's theory of relativity to serve. You don't have to know the second theory of thermodynamics and physics to serve. You only need a heart full of grace, a soul generated by love, and you can be that servant. So tonight, think of these awards as a commissioning to build a better world. Viterbo congratulates you and wishes you to even greater accomplishments. Like in the words of Amanda Gorman, the young poet laureate who spoke at President Biden's inauguration, who said, "While we have our eyes on the future, history has its eyes on you. So why not author a new chapter? God, ever so near, ever so new. Bless our gathering. Let these young women and men continue their call to service and greatness in your service. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Congratulations. Good night.
Thank you, Father Conrad. It is such a gift to have you as a part of our community, and we can't imagine an event like this without you here.
So in many Viterbo University award ceremonies, we'll get to hear some special music from one of the talented Viterbo ensembles. With resilience and creativity, all of our campus groups have found ways to thrive and continue throughout the unknowns of this year. While they can't join us in person, please enjoy this fall's Platinum Edition performance of When Love Takes Over.
Wasn't that just wonderful? Watching the Platinum Edition rehearse in the courtyard this semester has been some of the most joy-giving times of COVID. And so thank you so much to Nancy Allen and the Platinum Edition ensemble members for sharing their gifts and talents with all of us tonight. Looking forward this evening, we are excited to firstly recognize Viterbo's active clubs and organizations. After this, we will continue on to the main event of the Student Leadership Award presentation.
All of our clubs here on campus have had to overcome hurdles of all shapes and sizes this year. They have had to put on virtual and COVID-safe events and have adapted so well to the restrictions that the pandemic has put on all of us. If you would like to see a complete list of clubs, organizations, and involved students, please visit the Student Leadership Awards website. We recognize that people have fluctuated in and out of positions this year, so we are not able to recognize every single person that has involved in a leadership role. But that being said, congratulations to our Viterbo clubs and organizations for your continued resilience and successes this school year. Thank you to all who have continued to demonstrate dedication to serving the Viterbo University campus and the lacrosse community.
During this portion of the evening, we will recognize students, groups, and the faculty member who have received specific awards. This process for each award will begin with a video submitted to celebrate the nominated recipient. We ask that when the recipient's video is played, that both the nominator and the recipient join us on this side of the stage to both present and receive their plaque. An in-house photographer will take your photo before returning to your seats. The Involved Faculty Member Award is presented annually to a faculty member to recognize their contributions to students and the university throughout the development of and participation in Viterbo extracurricular activities. Selection criteria include exemplary service to Viterbo student organizations and/or developing programs or coordinating functions designed to enhance campus life. Please enjoy our first nominee video.
I nominated this professor for this award because he is always involved in anything that includes helping other individuals. He's a spectacular instructor and is always around when anyone has any questions or concerns regarding his class or any other issues. During my semester in his class, we were able to put his idea of the friendly phone to life. This phone was shared amongst the students throughout the semester in his class to talk to elderly individuals throughout the area during the COVID pandemic. It was an awesome experience for us students to be able to connect with older generations who are stuck at home or in the nursing homes. Instructors that go the extra mile to make sure that their students are not only succeeding in their class, but also understanding the material that they're teaching deserve to be recognized. He's always using his students' feedback as well to enhance his class, and this is why I am incredibly honored to be able to nominate Cameron for this award.
Congratulations, Cameron, on receiving this year's Involved Faculty Member Award.
All right, the Student Organization Project of the Year Award is given to recognize a project completed by a registered Viterbo student organization in good standing. The program or project awarded will be one of significant impact on campus life, student involvement, or the community. So we will enjoy the nominee video.
I have nominated Viterbo's Pride Club National Coming Out Day as a Student Organization Project of the Year. The club utilized a variety of methods to celebrate and honor the LGBTQ+ community and National Coming Out Day. Leading up to the event, the club utilized social media to share coming out stories, where individuals shared personal stories and experiences of coming out. This provided a safe space for students to share and be seen. Seeing the engagement on social media was incredibly powerful because the club centered the voices and experiences of the LGBTQ+ community. The Pride Center then set out a table for students, faculty, and staff to engage with a variety of opportunities. Folks could take a picture holding a sign celebrating National Coming Out Day, pick up a rainbow ribbon, and gather more information. Leading up to this event, there were many conversations about the LGBTQ+ community and our Catholic Franciscan identity. These conversations were incredibly difficult, but it was the students involved with Pride that advocated for the event and worked to create a welcoming and intentional space for our LGBTQ+ community. When I think of other events that have occurred this year, all of them have faced barriers. But this event also faced overcoming pandemic barriers and advocating for the event and existence on campus. I'm incredibly grateful the Pride Club and National Coming Out Day was supported at Viterbo. It's important to highlight this event has spurred many conversations and has challenged Viterbo to dive into what it means to be Catholic Franciscan and make a stand with our institutional values in support of the LGBTQ+ community. Not many student organizations or projects can confidently state that we are still feeling the ripples of the event 5 months later, but the Pride Club has remained consistent and present in this difficult work. Viterbo is better because of the National Coming Out Day event and because the Viterbo Pride Club exists. Congratulations.
So Pride Club as a whole was not able to be here tonight to receive their award, but please join us in congratulating the Pride Club on winning the Student Organization Project of the Year.
Viterbo students are eligible for the Viterbo University Student Service Award in recognition of servant leader qualities and characteristics throughout their relationships, academics, and commitment to serving others. Undergraduate students who have made a significant and demonstrated contribution to the common good through research, academic pursuits, and/or involvement-related service are eligible for this reward. Community-identified needs, a connection to Viterbo and our core values, and the impact of growth and learning from the recipient are all factored into the nomination evaluation criteria.
Samantha has had a consistent and significant contribution to the Viterbo community. Samantha has been a regular Service Saturdays participant, joining many times on her own accord, and has stepped up to serve in various site leader roles, connecting directly to the community needs. While I haven't interacted with Samantha much the past year, thanks COVID, I feel that her work in August of 2018 deserves to be recognized, and the Student Service Award fits perfectly. In late August of 2018, our region was hit with unprecedented flooding, and many rural driftless region towns were devastated. Samantha messaged Amelia Alvarez, Jacob Hart, and myself, informing us that the road to her family farm home was washed out, so she couldn't go home to help, and her town of Gays Mills was heavily impacted. She asked if we, Viterbo, could do something to serve our neighbors in a time of need. From there, Samantha stayed in regular contact with us as we began to mobilize. We canceled our Monday Labor Day orientation Welcome Weeks events and coordinated over 80 people to serve the small towns of Coon Valley and Viola. We instituted Flood Relief Fridays and took Viterbo community members to serve over 100 hours in 4 different local communities that were recovering from the floods, including Gays Mills and Reedstown. If it wasn't for Samantha taking that risk, advocating for her community, and utilizing the relationships and resources she knew were available with Viterbo, hundreds of our neighbors would not have received the same support, hospitality, and humanity that our Viterbo community brought to that service. I know Samantha has been active in other areas of campus, with social work and others, but I felt that her efforts during the August 2018 flooding were never fully recognized for the catalyst of good that came from her vision. Because of that and her continued effort to serve our community, I'm honored to recognize Samantha with the Student Service Award.
Congratulations, Samantha, on receiving this year's Student Service Award.
All right. The Student Organization Member of the Year Award is presented to a student that will have made significant contributions in advancing the registered Viterbo student organization of which they are a member.
When thinking of a Student Organization Member of the Year to nominate, there was no hesitation for me in offering up Elizabeth Saltzman, the president of the Viterbo University Pride Club. Elizabeth and I met only in passing last year, and I could tell that they stood out as an exceptional leader as a first-year student already. There is something about Elizabeth's altruistic nature that continues to amaze me, and we hope to share with you all this evening.
Despite their initial hesitations around taking on a formal leadership role, Elizabeth has stepped up in a way that has not only impacted student members of the Pride Club, but has shaped a campus-wide discourse about and an action plan for how Viterbo can live more fully into its commitment to radical hospitality. Very few organizations on campus involve risk for their student leaders. Pride stands out in this regard, and as such places an additional burden on its student leaders. Elizabeth's leadership this year neither downplays these burdens nor avoids them. They face them and seek selflessly to ensure that the burdens on future students are lessened. In their response to incidents of hate and bias, they have consistently sought out and helped bring into being spaces for a campus-wide conversation about the experiences of students, staff, and faculty. In my 10 years as the advisor for Pride, there has never been such an open and hopeful conversation.
Through their leadership, Pride Club has blossomed into a wonderful club to be a part of, and not a moment too soon given the events we have all been faced with this year. The pandemic did not allow them to put a pause on Pride Club in the ways that I have seen some of the other organizations I'm involved with. It was not possible that this virus would slow down the progress that we all wanted to see on campus, and Elizabeth has kept us moving. The pandemic has created the opportunity to attend meetings virtually and actually allowed for our club to grow, welcoming new members and gaining additional attendees to many of our events.
So Elizabeth was also unable to
Meetings
join
are
us tonight, but
laughter infused and followed up immediately with it. Meetings are well organized, laughter
join us in congratulating Elizabeth for winning the Student Organization Member of the Year award.
The Outstanding Student Leader Award is presented to 3 to 5 senior students who have exhibited continuous exemplary leadership, served as well-respected role models, and have persistently demonstrated a strong commitment to campus life, community service, and/or charitable organizations. This year, we have 5 students receiving the award for their contributions. Please join us in viewing the first nominee video.
It was clear to me in my earliest conversations with Melissa that she possessed an intellectual maturity, intrinsic motivation, insatiable curiosity, deep appreciation for joy and laughter, and work ethic that distinguished her from her peers. These qualities are matched by her commitment to engage in scholarly work and academic research at the highest level, where she makes a meaningful impact in the lives of those affected by her research and those who participate with her in generating knowledge about the causes of human suffering. When combined with her aptitude in the sciences, Melissa's sensitivity, initiative, and capacity to see things holistically has allowed her to chart a trajectory ideal for a medical profession increasingly concerned with preventive care, population health, and the complexity of our healthcare systems. One of the criteria I think about in nominating for students for this award is if the habits they developed here at Viterbo prepare them for the leadership that they will be expected to provide in their professions and communities. Melissa is exactly what I have in mind when I think about that criteria. When faculty first encounter Melissa, her laser focus and commitment to excel in her studies are immediately clear. But what I have come to appreciate is that unlike some who share that focus, Melissa values and actively cultivates a sense of community and service among her peers. Whether serving as an annual retreat leader for first-year honor students, organizing Spanish clubs that blend their meetings with the social and the serious, or stepping up to leadership positions in SGA and the Honors Leadership Board, Melissa consistently creates opportunities for herself and peers to engage and serve others, not for the purposes of resume building, but as ways of encouraging others to see their potential as change agents on our campus and in our neighborhood. This, as much as anything else, is a testament to who Melissa is as a leader, a person, and as an ambassador for our mission of faithful service and ethical leadership. Congratulations, Melissa.
Congratulations once again on being one of this year's outstanding leaders, Melissa. The next outstanding leader was nominated by Katie Austin and Wayne Wagner.
Wait a second. Let me get this right. Nobody else is around, and I want everybody to clearly hear this important announcement. Hi, I'm Wayne Wagner, head men's basketball coach and assistant athletic director here at Viterbo University. It is my great pleasure to be sharing in the recognition of one of Viterbo's outstanding student leaders, senior Maya Roberts from Watertown, Wisconsin. In her role as the president of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, Maya, along with her outstanding executive team, has led our student athletes and our department in so many positive initiatives. While always putting concerns for others ahead of her own, Maya has organized many of the athletic department's great service projects, including the Christmas with the V-Hawks program and the Student Athlete Career Panel, among many others. Maya and her leadership team also do a great deal in fostering our student athletes' character development. This is exemplified in their role leading the athletic department's fall and spring huddles that promote our Champions of Character program. In these huddles, Maya and the SAC executives share in the presentation of the 5 core values of the Champions of Character: integrity, respect, responsibility, sportsmanship, and servant leadership. The most recent example of this programming was the powerful program sharing important messages on social justice. Maya has continued to lead the athletic department in these important ways while also performing as an amazing student and athlete. As a team captain and team champion of character for the women's volleyball team, Maya has been recognized as multiple conference and national scholar athlete and an all-conference and all-American performer, helping lead her team to 4 straight conference tournament championships and 4 straight national tournament appearances. Truly an amazing student athlete, truly an amazing servant leader, simply truly an amazing person. Congratulations and thank you for your outstanding leadership, Maya Roberts.
I first met Maya Roberts when I began my position here. She was one of the tour guides or voyagers that I would be leading, and she was immediately easy to talk to and incredibly helpful with getting me up to speed. As president of the Voyagers, Maya provides training and guidance to our new tour guides. She brings forth questions, concerns, and ideas, and she's able to emphasize how important these tour guides are in the college decision-making process for our campus visitors. The Voyager team is not the only place on and off campus where Maya holds a leadership role, and I can see that her undergrad journey is not where these roles will end either. She is a voice of reason, a place of calm, and a spirit full of courage. I have a 5-year-old daughter, and when I think about what kind of person I hope she becomes, Maya Roberts is it. She has enough confidence to conquer the world, wisdom beyond her years, and professionalism to run any board meeting thrown her way. And yet she has this beautiful balance of compassion, patience, empathy, generosity, and kindness that just brings a sense of peace to your soul. Meeting someone like Maya doesn't happen every day, and not everyone gets to have such an honor. Maya fills up the cups and buckets of everyone she is surrounded by. Every time I work with her, I think, wow, how does she do it? She balances athletics, tour guiding, committees, organizations, volunteering, work, and her own personal life, all while keeping a level head and a positive mindset. All of Maya's characteristics make her the perfect definition of a servant leader in all that she does. I'm so happy for Maya to receive this recognition, and I'm honored to be part of Maya's journey so far. I can't wait to see where life will take Maya, or rather, where she will take it. Congratulations, Maya.
Congratulations once again to Maya on being one of this year's outstanding leaders. Our next outstanding leader was nominated by Kathy Dewar-Walker.
My name is Kathy Dewar-Walker, and I'm Director of Alumni Engagement here at Viterbo University. And I met this industrious young man when he was a freshman on campus. He expressed interest in the organization where I was an advisor. He was a good listener and one of the quieter new members. And as leaders graduated, he took the initiative to take on a leadership role within the organization and become president for the last few years. And as you know, with COVID, this was not an easy thing to do. Still, he persevered and stood by the mission of the Student Alumni Ambassador Organization of networking, volunteering, and giving back. I've been impressed with how he took his role seriously and responsibly. During COVID, he could have just given up on the organization. However, he continued on in his leadership and partnered as a student liaison in our annual Day of Giving, which is an important endeavor by the university. He is a thoughtful and strategic leader who exemplifies Viterbo's mission of being a faithful servant and an ethical leader. I know this young man has an amazing career on the horizon of being a nurse and can't wait to hear about all the wonderful things he will do. I've been fortunate to have been an advisor of Viterbo Student Alumni Ambassador Organization to mentor this young man and also learn from him over the years. Congratulations, Patrick Bogart, as being recognized for your leadership today.
Congratulations, Patrick, on being one of our outstanding leaders. While we recognize Patrick today, he also cannot be with us. However, let's give one more round of applause for Patrick. Our next outstanding leader was nominated by Colin Burns-Gilbert.
I recently had the privilege to work with Val in July 2020 as I started my new role as Director of Orientation. While I had heard Val was a great student to work with, those kind words didn't give her the credit she deserves. As someone coming into a brand new role, I relied heavily on Val's leadership, perspective, problem solving, and facilitation skills. When we had to find 8 new orientation leaders the night before move-in due to COVID-19 contact tracing and quarantines, Val was right there helping us call, email, text, and coordinate our team efforts for hours. Val truly loves orientation and the energy around welcoming new students, empowering them to make the most out of their Viterbo experience, while also supporting our upper class orientation leaders to help them help our new students to the best of their abilities. In addition to Val's contributions to orientation and student life over the years, Val has found a niche for herself elsewhere. Val served as an advocate for the New Horizons Domestic Abuse Shelter, and that means she rotates on-call shifts to help support people in crisis, while also taking various support roles for people already connected to the New Horizons resources. While I'm less familiar with the specifics, I know Val's also contributed considerably to the academic side of Viterbo through her research and leadership in the biopsychology major. Val role models making a difference in systems throughout our community, both with the individual people that she loves and supports, the groups that she leads and interacts with, and the community-focused resources that she serves. To me, that exemplifies what we hope all of our Viterbo students to aspire to achieve when faithful service and ethical leadership. Congrats, Val, for all you've done.
Congratulations, Valerie, on being one of our outstanding leaders. Our 5th and final outstanding leader was nominated by Erin Jarazal.
Hi, my name is Erin Jarazal, and I would like to sing the praises of Mallory Topol, who is a theater major graduating this year with a stage management emphasis. And I'm sitting in my office in front of the poster of the first show that Mallory and I worked on together. I was a new faculty member. So Mallory actually had been at Viterbo longer than I had when we first worked together. And that experience was just so wonderful in that Mallory has this ability to be so curious and be so open to learning and be so open to discovering, but at the same time also finding these ways to step in as a leader and to step in, whether it's with fellow students or whether it's with faculty members that she works as a stage manager, almost like a colleague. She has this ability to make you feel very taken care of while also absorbing everything she can possibly absorb as a student. And being a stage manager is such an interesting leadership position in that you are a peer, but you are also a leader, and you are also someone who sometimes has to set the rules and ask people to follow them. And this semester, especially when we were producing theater with COVID, Mallory was just unbelievable at making sure that projects went off without a hitch, both safely, with joy, with curiosity. And for that and a million other reasons, Mallory is such a wonderful student leader. I think one of my best examples of how Mallory is going to be a success in whatever she chooses to do moving forward is during the process of producing Julius Caesar this fall. She asked me so many questions in terms of what they could do or use. And for the most part, I had to say no because it was COVID, but she still kept trying. And that to me is such a
Congratulations, Mallory, on being one of our outstanding leaders. And congratulations to all of our outstanding leadership awards this year.
So we will now move into the portion where we award our St. Catherine's medals. So the St. Catherine's Medal honors students who represent the high ideals of a Catholic college education, including but not limited to Viterbo University's core values of contemplation, hospitality, integrity, stewardship, and service. This year we have 3 recipients, so we will see the first video, and this is by, let me see where I'm at here, Emily Dykeman.
Hello, it is my great honor to announce one of the awardees of the St. Catherine Medal this year. This particular student has been a consistent and calm presence in the midst of our campus community over the years. She has been part of our community. She has been an important leader in campus ministry, and to me is an example of Franciscan values in her commitment to others and her respect for the dignity of every person. She is articulate and aware of her understanding of Catholic teaching, and she uses that understanding to challenge the community and the church at large to fully live into its own identity. It is my great honor to announce Lauren Schuneman as one of the awardees of the St. Catherine Medal.
So we can welcome Lauren to the stage here in a moment and congratulate her on being our first St. Catherine's Medal Award winner in a second. Here she is. Okay, we can clap now. Congratulations, Lauren. Our next St. Kate's Medal recipient was nominated by Colin.
I've been privileged to get to know Olivia better over the last year. Olivia was in my small group for the U.S.-Mexico service immersion trip during the spring break of 2020, and I was fortunate to work with Olivia in her orientation officer role. Olivia has demonstrated incredible leadership in both areas. During our service trip, Olivia stepped up in many group conversations to share her genuine and authentic reflections to our experience. She helped translate and facilitate conversations during our time with Mexican families and children, offered to take small leadership roles during various points of the trip, and regularly role modeled the self-care and balance needed to process those heavy experiences in those spaces. Her time on that trip and her regular commitment to service Saturdays speak to many of Viterbo's values and our mission. Olivia has stood her ground this year, especially through various challenges in her personal life, but also by serving as an orientation officer. I'll be the first to admit that I have room to improve as a supervisor and support in this area, but having Olivia's patience and wisdom, calm demeanor, and experience in problem-solving skills really helped us adapt when 8 orientation leaders were quarantined the night before moving. Not only did we completely revamp the structure for orientation with COVID-19 mitigations, Olivia helped lead and prepare the orientation leaders who had minimal training for their very different roles. Through it all, Olivia maintains a strong relationship to God and her Catholic education, really exemplifying the St. Catherine's Medal. While these are just two roles where Olivia has shown incredible leadership, I know she has positively impacted other spheres and hundreds of others at Viterbo and the Viterbo community through her fine arts performances and support through various student affairs roles. Olivia, you've earned the St. Catherine's Medal. Congratulations.
All right, congratulations, Olivia, who happens to be my roommate, so I'm a little proud. Our final St. Catherine's Medal recipient was nominated by 4 people, by Matthew, Andrew, Laura, and Callie.
Congratulations, Miranda. You absolutely deserve to receive the St. Catherine's Medal Award. I've looked up to you since the very first day we met. You were a steady presence in the Honors Lounge and would always say, "Hey, Laura, I'm doing something awesome. Want to join?" And so throughout the years, I got to see your leadership in various settings. And we got to go on little adventures like dumpster diving and sneaking into the nunnels. You are a teacher through and through, selflessly giving your time to mentor, edit papers, and share personable resources. Being around you means being looked after, being seen. I appreciate you, and I'm so grateful for our friendship. Among the many things I learned from you, Miranda, are organization and pizzazz. And those are 2 things I hope to demonstrate here. Because words cannot truly describe who Miranda is. And so I hope pictures will. Once again, congratulations.
I am so overjoyed to see that my friend Miranda has received the St. Catherine's Medal. There are so many good things to say about Miranda. I love her so much. But I do want to talk about something Jesus did really well. As you can see in the Gospels, Jesus fully embraced every person he met. He made them feel loved, seen, and heard. And I think, above all else, this is something Miranda does extremely well. Any person who has had a conversation with Miranda walks away feeling like they made a new best friend. Miranda loves so deeply with all her heart. She really allows Christ to shine from her own spirit and soul, and I think that is so beautiful. When you talk to Miranda, you're talking to someone who has already decided she loves you. She genuinely wants to get to know you and make you feel welcomed, make you feel heard, make you feel important. And I think that is such a special quality. Viterbo has been so blessed to have Miranda in their clubs, in the classroom, around the community of lacrosse. She has touched the hearts of so many people, and she just leaves so much joy and light wherever she goes. And I think I'm just so thankful to have had her in my life these past couple years, and I'm so excited to see where she carries her light, because I know she's going to do some very incredible things. Congratulations, Miranda. I love you, and you deserve this and the stars, because I know she's going to do some very incredible things. Congratulations, Miranda. I love you, and you deserve this and the stars.
As we are all learning, 2 minutes is not enough time to share out the many stories to celebrate Miranda and this award, so I will keep it to just 2. In the summer of 2019, I had the privilege of accompanying Miranda and 4 other students to the Interfaith Leadership Institute in Chicago. Miranda sought out this experience, immersing herself in several days of conversation with students from around the country from all different faith backgrounds. Her own well-known faith commitment is a living witness to how our faith can lead us to interfaith dialogue and action. And it's a witness that, for me, mirrors many of the stories we hear in the Franciscan tradition. Upon return from the Institute, she sought out ways to share her knowledge with the broader Viterbo community. This, too, is something I believe distinctive about Miranda. If she invests in learning something new, you better believe you're going to learn it too. She feels a sense of obligation to share that knowledge for the greater good of the community. Knowledge for her is not something to be hoarded, but something to be shared. This last point was made abundantly clear in the last 2 summer research projects she participated in, including one in summer 2019 on race and education. She shared that in the Seven Rivers Symposium the past 2 years, and this past year picked up the Best Oral Presentation Award. Her story of coming from small town with little to no racial diversity, coming face to face with racial diversity on an early service trip through campus ministry to Chicago, and then committing to learn as much about it as she could to make up for her lack of experience. This, for me, is the very trajectory we hope all of our students embrace at college. And as with everything she does, her own growth creates cascade effects across the campus as she invites others to join her in becoming scholars for social change. Miranda has a heart for service that pumps at a pulse rate that would be dangerous for most mortals. But importantly, she also has a mind, body, and soul for creative engagement in an imperfect world. Congratulations, Miranda.
Congratulations, Miranda. So that wraps up the award portion of our evening, and we would like to take a minute to just recognize every single person that was either nominated or ended up receiving one of our awards, because let's be honest, you all are amazing people. And then we would like to introduce our Vice President, Rick Tretley, to the stage for some closing remarks.
Well, thank you, Faith, and thank you, Zoe. First, let me offer a big congratulations to all of our Student Leadership Award winners tonight. Please join me in a big round of applause. I know I speak on behalf of the entire campus when I say that we're extremely proud of all of you, that we understand all of the hard work and dedication that goes into earning these honors, and most of all, we recognize the value that all of you bring to our campus community. One of the best parts of my job is I get to see students grow. I get to see students develop. I get to see students engage outside of their comfort zones, and as a result, build these holistic skills, and including leadership skills, that really prepare them for life after their 4 years at Viterbo. And it's a real honor to see that growth, and a real honor to see all of you get to this point tonight. So my hat's off to all of you. You know, I thought about a few things that might be impactful to say to you tonight about leadership, and I promised Ben and Colin I would keep this very short. So just 4 quick things that I wish someone might have said to me when I was sitting in your seats here about 30-some years ago that might have impacted my personal journey, and I hope they impact yours. First of all, leaders must always maintain their integrity. Integrity. We hear that word all the time at Viterbo. It's one of our core values. But what does integrity mean to me? When I was a young boy, my father said to me, "Rick, you must always tell the truth. And if you as a human being don't tell the truth and your word is no longer your bond, you will lose all credibility." That always stuck with me. And then I spent 22 years in the Army. And when I was in the Army, when we talked about integrity, we said that integrity means we always choose the harder right over the easier wrong. And that one really stuck with me. So I encourage all of you to always maintain your integrity, because once integrity is lost, integrity is almost impossible to regain. So integrity is very important for leaders. Next, I'd like to talk about the self-discipline that is required to be a leader. What does self-discipline mean to me? It means that you are always disciplined in your work ethic, in your commitment, into being your authentic, true self. Self-discipline is extremely important for all leaders. And again, when I was in the Army, we had a saying about self-discipline. And if you're picking up on this theme, the Army has a lot of sayings. Right? But when we talk about self-discipline, we talk about the fact that leaders will always commit themselves to personal growth. They will always strive to improve themselves. And above all, they will always give 100% every single day to everything they do. Next leadership thing I would like to speak with you about is the fact that leaders are servant leaders. We hear that term at Viterbo all the time, but what does it mean? Well, to me, being a servant leader means you put the common good of your community, the common good of your organization above all else. That you're not selfish, that you're there to serve others. And if we can all do that, this world would be a better place and we will be more effective leaders. And finally, something that I really want you to leave here tonight thinking about is that leadership can be lonely. Leadership can be lonely. What do I mean by that? Leaders are in their positions because they're forced to make decisions. Decisions that aren't always popular, decisions that others sometimes disagree with. But at the end of the day, a leader is in their position because people expect them to make tough decisions. And tough decisions define a leader. And I think we can all look back at the last 14 months since the pandemic started and everything we've been through on our campus, especially this semester, and we can all realize that leadership during these times is extremely difficult. But good leaders stay true to themselves. Good leaders make tough decisions. And at the end of the day, good leaders have to live with those decisions. So I encourage all of you as you continue on your leadership journey to remember those four things: integrity, self-discipline, servant leadership, and the fact that you have to prepare yourself for the future by understanding that leadership can sometimes be lonely. I'm incredibly proud of all of you. Viterbo is incredibly proud of you. I look forward to the impact you're going to make, not only here at Viterbo, but in our communities, in our country, and at the global level in the many years ahead. We need student leaders like you more than ever. And the only way that we're going to continue to work through all of these difficult times is by people like you stepping up and continuing to use your God-given talents and abilities and drive to make this a better world. So have a wonderful evening. Again, we're all extremely proud of you. God bless.
Thank you once again, Rick. That's a lot for us all to think about, but I too am very excited to see where all of these amazing friends and colleagues do and where they go. And thank you for keeping us all in your lives, because you truly have all touched every single person at Viterbo in some way.
So before we close tonight, we do have a couple more thank yous. So thank you to the Weber Center for the Performing Arts for hosting this event this evening. Thank you to Aramark Catering. They're providing some goodies for you to take on your way out. The St. Catherine's Medal Committee, which you can read the full list of the committee in your program. The Student Leadership Awards Committee, Dylan Overhouse Productions, and then last but not least, Benjamin Gibson, who organized this entire event.
So congratulations once again to all of our Student Leadership Award recipients and nominees. You make Viterbo what it is, and you should be so proud of your work, your character, and your resiliency. That concludes our award ceremony for this evening. Thank you all who joined us both in person and over our live stream tonight. For those of you that are here today, gift bags have been provided by Campus Dining in the Weber Center lobby. All are welcome if you are in attendance, so do not hesitate, and don't leave without one. They're there for you. And for our award recipients, before you join everybody in the lobby, please join us on stage for pictures to be taken, and then you can go and join everybody for your formal congratulations from there.
Congratulations again, and have a wonderful rest of your week. And thank you to all of you who took part in this year's Student Leadership Awards.